Hey there, pirates. Welcome aboard the Anime No Me channel. Katakuri and the Straw Hats? That once seemed impossible, but now they would be joining forces to rescue Pudding from Blackbeard. And more than that, Katakuri as a new, vital member of the crew of the future Pirate King. This is something that promises to turn the world upside down. Get ready, because we're going to understand how all of this could happen. I hope for your support to help our crew win, and to do so, you just need to click the thumbs up button, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. By doing this, you will win an incredible devil fruit, so just comment which fruit you want. Guys, this isn't just a what if, it's a what if that resonates with the very essence of One Piece. The formation of unexpected bonds, overcoming differences in the name of a greater good, and the complexity of the motivations that drive each character in this vast and unpredictable world. Pudding's current situation captured by Blackbeard in an attempt to extort information about the road poneglyphs is a seismic trigger that could redefine Katakuri's future, and who knows, even that of the Straw Hat crew itself. Since Whole Cake Island, the figure of Katakuri has loomed like an imposing ghost in the minds of fans. He was the enemy, yes, but an enemy who embodied the ideal of honor and family sacrifice. His fight against Luffy was not just a physical clash, but a collision of philosophies, a duel of wills that forged mutual respect. And now, with his family dismantled and his younger sister in mortal danger at the hands of one of the most nefarious pirates of the current era, old rivalries could very well be overcome by the urgency of the situation. The question is no longer if Katakuri would act, but how and with whom. And this is where the Straw Hats enter the equation as the most unpredictable force, and perhaps the only one capable of facing the scourge that is Blackbeard. To understand the viability of this alliance, we first need to dive into the heart and mind of Charlotte Katakuri. Who is this man behind the mochi facade and the vision of the future? He is not a mere henchman. He is a warrior of principles, a pillar of his family, and an individual who, despite his monstrous strength and fearsome reputation, possesses an emotional depth rarely seen among Luffy's antagonists. The first thing that stands out about Katakuri is his unshakable loyalty to his family. During the Whole Cake Island arc, this trait was displayed in a brutal and constant way. Katakuri lived under the mask of the perfect man, bearing the pressure of being the strongest brother, the protector, the one who never fails. He sacrificed his own image and personal comfort to maintain the illusion of invincibility and inspire confidence in his younger siblings. Remember the scene where he's caught eating his donuts in private? The shame he felt wasn't for himself, but for the potential collapse of his aura of perfection in his siblings' eyes. He cared deeply about what they thought of him, because he knew his strength and his image were the foundation of their sense of security. This loyalty isn't just a character trait, it's his very essence. We saw this when he stopped Oven from tormenting Chiffon, his sister who had been excommunicated by Lin Lin. Even amid internal family conflict, Katakuri intervened to protect Chiffon from Oven's abuse. He also never hesitated to protect Brûlé, his sister, from Luffy's attacks and from other enemies. The well-being of his siblings was, and likely still is, his top priority. Now, imagine the news that Pudding, one of his younger sisters, a figure he surely watched grow up and toward whom he likely felt the same protective responsibility, has been captured. Not by just any pirate, but by Blackbeard, a Yonko known for his cruelty, his thirst for power, and his complete lack of scruples. Blackbeard, who betrayed Whitebeard, who handed Ace over to the Marines, who wiped out an entire island to steal an Akuma no Mi. This is no ordinary kidnapper. This is an existential threat. Pudding herself is a complex character. She possesses the Memo no Mi, which allows her to manipulate memories. And crucially, she is one of the few individuals in the world who can read poneglyphs as a member of the Three-Eye Tribe with her third eye awakened. This ability makes her an invaluable target for anyone seeking the One Piece, especially Blackbeard, who is racing against Luffy to become the Pirate King. He doesn't want Pudding for her beauty or for any personal bond. He wants her for her utility, as a tool to reach his goal. Pudding's condition in Blackbeard's hands would not be that of a guest, but of a tortured prisoner, forced to use her abilities. This situation would undoubtedly ignite Katakuri's fury and determination. His family loyalty, his code of honor, and his protective strength would drive him to act. He is not a man who sits back and watches his family suffer from afar. He is the pillar who, even with Big Mom's crew weakened and perhaps disorganized after the events of Wano, would feel the weight of his responsibility more than ever. Big Mom's crew, as we knew it, is in shambles. Big Mom and Prospero are considered missing or dead after Wano. Cracker was defeated by Luffy. Smoothie, Daifuku, Oven. All of them are strong, but the command structure and morale must be at a low point. Katakuri, even as the most capable among the remaining siblings, could not, on his own, mount a successful offensive against a Yonko crew like Blackbeard's. He would need allies, and who better to face a Yonko in pursuit of the One Piece than another Yonko who is also chasing the One Piece and who has already proven his worth against Katakuri in a duel to the death. The urgency and gravity of Pudding's situation would be the spark that ignites a new and unexpected fire in Katakuri's heart, pushing him beyond old enmities and into the uncharted territory of alliances. He is a practical man, and logic would dictate that he seek the most effective force to achieve his goal. Now, let's address the second crucial part of this equation, the possibility of the Straw Hats accepting Katakuri, and the reason why Katakuri would consider an alliance with his former adversaries. The answer lies in Whole Cake Island, and in the legendary battle between Luffy and Katakuri. That fight was more than a simple clash of power. It was a rite of passage for Luffy and a moment of epiphany for Katakuri. Luffy, with his stubbornness, his resilience, and his ability to push past limits that seemed impossible, earned not only a physical victory, but also the deep and lasting respect of his opponent. Katakuri, who had lived his life under the pressure of being perfect, saw in Luffy a different kind of strength. A raw and untamed strength, yes, but also a strength of spirit that refused to bend. Luffy did not judge him for his appearance, for his secret with the donuts, or for living behind a mask. He faced him as an equal warrior, something Katakuri had never truly experienced before. Luffy saw beyond the manufactured perfection and recognized Katakuri's genuine power and honor. And Katakuri, in turn, recognized in Luffy the potential to become the Pirate King. The same ambition he saw reflected in himself, but carried by Luffy with a freedom and authenticity that Katakuri himself had long suppressed. The final scene of the fight, where Katakuri falls onto his back, allowing Luffy to escape and even tending to himself by stopping the bleeding so the battle could end fairly, is a testament to that respect. He no longer saw Luffy as an enemy to be crushed, but as a worthy rival, a fellow pirate chasing his own dreams with a passion he admired. He even asked Luffy if he would come back to defeat Big Mom as if passing on a torch. A responsibility. That mutual respect is the key. Luffy is not a captain who recruits just anyone. He chooses people he admires, people he trusts, people who in some way share his ideals or whom he sees as essential to his journey. He accepted Jinbei, a former Shichibukai with a complex past, because he saw his honor and his willingness to protect others. He formed an alliance with Law, a rival among the supernovas, because they shared a common goal. The history of One Piece is filled with examples of Luffy turning enemies into allies, or at least into people who deeply respect him. Katakuri fits that mold. He is not evil. He was a loyal subordinate to his mother, fulfilling his role. His ferocity came from duty and loyalty. With the apparent fall of Big Mom and the imminent danger facing Pudding, Katakuri's sense of duty could very well change. His code of honor would guide him toward the best path to save his sister. And along that path, the Straw Hats would be, by far, the most effective allies, especially since a foundation of respect between them already exists. There is also the factor of urgency. Blackbeard is not patient. Pudding does not have time. Katakuri does not have the luxury of rebuilding his crew or slowly forming new alliances. He needs a powerful and immediate strike force. The Straw Hats, now recognized as a Yonko crew, led by a captain who is one of the world's great lights, are the most logical and potent answer. Moreover, Luffy and Blackbeard are natural enemies, locked in a race for the One Piece. Helping Katakuri rescue Pudding would, for Luffy, be a way to weaken a direct rival while also helping someone he has come to respect. Therefore, the bridge between them has already been built on the battlefield of Whole Cake Island. It is not a bridge of shallow friendship, but one of respect forged through adversity and mutual understanding of a certain kind of willpower. That emotional foundation is what would make such an alliance, no matter how unexpected, entirely believable within the world of One Piece. Katakuri's transition from Yonko commander to member of the crew of the future Pirate King would be one of the most fascinating character arcs in One Piece. It would prove that Luffy's idea of freedom is not reserved only for the pure of heart, but also for those who, regardless of their past, find a new purpose and a new path by his side. Katakuri's acceptance would stand as a testament to Luffy's ability to unite the unlikely, to break down barriers, and to see potential in everyone, even in his most formidable enemies. That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.